Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, world. Nope, we're not going to do any impersonations. We are back. Third video of the day with GR Racing Route 3 100 miles. We're in season 19, which is divisional. We are on round 5. We are at Leguna Seca. Today we're looking at the top tier, which is Division 1, or otherwise known as Rose Lobby. So going into this match, the table looks as follows: Rose Division at the top. So City is in the lead with the Ferrari 298, then in second with the F-Type. My name is Jeff, who was not racing tonight due to being on holiday, is in third. Sorry, Bert is in third, Jeff is in fourth, Jason is in fifth, followed by Yami, Wixie, King Racer, Karim, and Danny Young Boy, or Danny Boy Young, whichever you prefer. Remember to vote for your driver of the week. That's not working? Never mind. Yeah, remember to vote for your driver of the week. I'm sure, or more better use might be to wait until you've watched all 5 videos from this week and then make your choice. So, reduced field in rows this week. We only have 6. We did have 7, but Merchanado, who's not enjoying his racing at the moment, or at least not with Jeanette, has decided not to start the race. So, on pole is New Yami. In the he is in the R8. In second is Danny Youngboy, or Danny Boy Young, in the GCR. We see in third in the Close Viper, Sam in fourth in the Jaguar F-Type, King Racer in his usual Porsche, and Jason in the newer Porsche. Rounds out the trip. Jason is kindly hosting tonight while Jeff is on holiday. So lights about to go out. Yami gets close to the start. We'll see gets that big pot of the start off the line well. At the second, Yami goes from first to fourth. Then from second to first, and we'll see from fourth to second. Yami has plays back quite rapidly. That's the third. Racer and Jason as they were in their starting positions. Danny Boy on the top has eked out quite a lead already from Wixie, who's also on the sod. Dan is on the sod, I think everybody will be on the sod. No Jason on the medium. Both the soft and medium are available tonight, and both have to be used. The closest action we've got at the moment is between Yami and King Racer. King Racer loses control. Fortunately doesn't take out Yami. And back on the straight crack totally. So in the black one, Danny Young in the lead. Danny Boy Young. Wixie in second. Bam in third position now. Yami up to fourth. Jason, remember the only driver who is not on soft starts. Machine Racer after the spin, bringing up the rear. Second and third are the closest we have on track to the vessel. Let's table that for the time being. They go up the hill to the famous corkscrew. And on the fastest lap so far. Remember we are only on the second lap. And it is again through the fastest, so we have a fight now for second, third and fourth. Down. See meat in the Gen X sandwich. So far in the race. Two Porsches at the back. They've been driving the newer variants, 992. And race it in the 991. Danny Brewer extending his lead in this first stint. Very long race, 45 laps. Probably down to, let's say, over an hour. Have American muscle versus British muscle. And German is Hungary. Miami is not short shifting. From that look, if Jan is, let's have a look see. I would not thought so. Nope. What about Dan? Nope. Looks like the battle between the forces is now hotting up. Ignacio is slowly pulling up to the back of Jason. mediums, shows them how it drops it onto the fish heart onto the travel coming out of the corner. Actually the two travel it together, but that has allowed Shin Racer to don't think there's any contact there. No contact on the best sides on the marbles was Jason. Shin Racer pop up to Fizz, Jason goes to 6. Jason's now going to be trying simply to stay with Shin Racer as close as he can within the Irish compound, knowing that he will have the advantage later in the race on the soft touch compound. Back to the front, Danny has extended his lead even further. And that's between Whitby, Dan and Neo Yami. Moving on. Lap 6 now. That's going on to lap 7. Pretty even between these three, all on the softs. Let's be a bit closer. By going into the corkscrew. So onto the gravel. Yan is trying to line himself up or go on the start finish and he's yet to do exits. And gets a better one. Yan shows his right up under braking. Pressure again, better exit from that side. On this track to attempt to save overtake. I imagine here Yami is trying to stay as close as he can to the back, trying to set up a pass down the start finish straight. That is wide in the rear, that won't help that. Predicted pits up a 0.5 penalty. Doesn't sound much, but as the start finish lines on the start finish straight, I suspect, although he may have got away with this. It is. On the race. Okay, so this is now the second round of pit stop. So Fitzy currently in the lead on mediums. Danny Boy has just pitted. Back elevates Miami to second position on his mediums. Same situation for Jet in third. Danny comes out on another set of mediums, so not wanting to risk spots to the end, and basically finishing on roller skates. Tim Racer and Jason are still in close proximity after 35 laps. At the third of a lap lead at the moment, Miami in second. The medium tyres are not long for this car, but he goes on to another lap. Miami coming around to the last corner on lap 32, and he does pit, so he's going for the undercut and goes for another lap, trying to show for the over. Danny now does come into the pit to shows his medium. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes on to. I suspect he might go on to a set of soft. Won't need to take on much fuel. Oh, another set of mediums then, wrong again. So Woodsy now in first. Danny has been promoted to second. Danny is now down to third. But Woodsy and Jam will both have to pit, probably on the flat, maybe have enough fuel for one more. But I think that would be fault economy on the worn tyres. Anyways, in for Chase in and Miami having to make his pit stop, clean up with it. Now we have Dan in the pit, so has Miami undercut worked out, or has Dan's overcut kept him ahead? He goes in the pits too. And still coming to the pits, where is Miami coming around to the last corner. So the undercut is successful and the overcut is not. Miami on soft for the end. What about that? And we've got mediums to the end, so Miami, as long as he keeps the being raised, should have the measure of Dan. So Danny now back up to second. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. So Wixie is now in the pit. So Danny will now regain control of the race and go back into first. His flag on the exit. As he does, Wixie's still in the pit. Jason, does he have enough fuel left? I'm not sure. Wixie is now, nope, he comes out in second on the softs. But will Jason take the position? Yes, he does. He'll be close though. Nose back. Exciting exit of the pit by Wixie, and Jason just manages to grab that second place. Really have to pit. Not sure. Tyres might last, but I'm not sure about the fuel. And Lucy doesn't take more than a couple of corners to take the position back from the much trickier set of tyres. Miami is 4th, Van is in 5th. Team Racer is in 6th. So, question over Danny, sorry, over Jason, whether he will or will he not pit. .5 seconds lower now on tyres, and yeah, he does pit. Get to the closing. Stages of the race for you, so we're now on that 43 of 45. Danny, so all pit stops are now done. The pit window is closed. Danny in the lead by a fair margin from Wixie. Wixie has closed the gap slightly. Miami is now up to the podium in 3rd place. Dan a fair way back from Miami now. Put up a good fight for a long time. And King Racer and Jason have been rocked together, you know, apart from a second or so between them for the entire race. So Jason does have those tyres, so really be able to drive up to the back of King Racer and get him on the line. Only 2 laps after this one, and probably 2 seconds behind. Miami currently has the fastest lap of the race with a 1:22.0. And fastest is 1:6 back from that. But what's happening in the battle of the Porsches, Jason doesn't appear to be pulling in at the moment. Danny now on his penultimate lap, as is Wixie in seconds. Miami also in 3rd. Is anybody going to fall off the cliff in terms of tyres? No is the answer. They can still not making significant inroads into the gap up to King Racer in the back of the Porsche. Danny is now on his last lap of the race, decides to dip a back wheel onto the gravel. Tyres and fuel to spare. She's had a good ride in the aircraft carrier that is the Dodge Viper. Miami has a battle with Dan for a large segment of the race. Dan is now set to start his last lap of the race. Porsches have closed the gap quite a lot on Dan, but Dan is now safe unless he has an off. But King Racer is also safe for this position. So Dan, the riddle. comes over the line to victory. Well done, Danny. Let's see in second. A rumbling from the Viper. Yami not far behind in third in the new engine Audi R8. The fastest lap goes to Yami. And in the last corner, he finished racing 4. And now Jason has suddenly it was there a little something that happened to bring this Coco in the closing corners. Let's just go back a little bit this last lap. So still should second and a half. So King Racer slowed significantly in that corner. King Racer's tyres are worse and he's slowing down a lot. King Racer is low on fuel. I would have thought he has enough to still get full help, but Jason is pulled right up to the back then. Second finish between the forces. Up to the port stream for the last time. Penultimate corner. So one corner and half a straight as Jason goes to the outside. King Racer goes defensive on the inside. Announcing draft race to the line. And King Racer manages just to hold on. Thank you to everybody for watching. We'll have Power Division up to you shortly.